Hey guys, it's Debbie here. I wanted to show you guys, I posted on Facebook this morning in a soaping group. I'll link the group down below. I'm sure if anybody soaps, you guys have been on this Facebook group. It's amazing. Anyway, I put on there a picture of my little video of my soap packaging that I'm working on, and I asked for some thoughts from people. And when you ask for thoughts, you have to be willing and open to listening to any kind of feedback or criticism. For the most part, I would say that the feedback that I got from my boxes, a lot of people liked it, but a lot of people felt that it was overdone for perhaps a farmer's market, which is what I said I was going to use it for. But I also have a small wholesale account that I think I'm going to get. And for the wholesale account especially, I want the packaging to match the environment in which the soap's going to be in. So anyway, I have I want to protect the soaps, but I also want people to be able to smell them and look at them. We work so hard on our soap designs that I don't want to just package them up and have boxes that they can't see. And I also am not sure about leaving the soaps just out. And I don't necessarily like the idea of shrink wrapping. I want to try to keep my packaging natural. My brand, Lake House Soapery, you think natural. So the design that I came up with was this slider box. And it works like this. This is my prototype that I showed on the Facebook group. The little sleeve slides back and you can see the soaps there and you can smell them. And I also didn't want this to fall off, this part of it. So I've got it attached onto the soap box, and you can move it around just like that. So this is my prototype. I had a few people, somebody that was interested in how it was made, and several people interested about the cost. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick tutorial on how I made this, and then at the end of the video I'll share the cost with you. Everybody on the group was super kind in their comments, so I want to thank them all for that. So to start off with, this is kind of what I started off with, just a plain box that I made. And when you close it, what I don't like is that it like kind of flips out, which this might be okay for the farmers markets. I understand what people were saying, that it might be overdone for a farmer's market. So something just like this for the farmer's market might be fine. But again, I wanted to keep it from flipping open. I didn't necessarily want to put a label on the edges. So I kind of came up with a slider top. And then it just, like, how was I going to keep the slider top attached to the box and it not come off as people are looking at the soaps. So I'll just kind of walk you through it. One box is one 8.5 by 11 sheet of craft paper. So you cut this piece for my particular box and my soaps. This piece here is 5 inches by the 11.5. I just cut it. So you have this 3.5, I guess, because it's 8.5 by 11, right? Let me see. Yes. So this piece is roughly about 3.5 inches. So we'll work first with the 5-inch piece. I am a crafter. I have another YouTube channel called Scrappy RN, and I do a lot of paper crafting. I love paper crafting. So as a result of having paper crafting, I have a lot of paper crafting tools. I understand not everybody has access to this, but I do. So you use what you have. So I'm going to put some score lines in this, and I'm going to start off with, I'm just going to line it up here, and I'm kind of working over my tripod, so I hope this is coming across okay. But anyway, I'm going to score at a 4-inch mark, so 1 inch off of the end here. So we're going to put a score at the 4-inch, and then I'm going to flip it over just because it's easier for me to work across the tripod, and another 4-inch score. That was 4 inches, wasn't it? I'm talking. So yeah, so an inch. So you'll score it 1 inch and 4 inches. Then you're going to flip it around, and I'm going to score at an inch here. So 1 inch. And then I'm going to score it again at 5 inches. and then at 6 inches. And if you don't have a scoring tool, you can use, you know, a ruler and a pencil or the edge of a scissor, the dull end. And then the last score that I'm going to make is on the end here at 10. Oops, sorry, wiggling. Is at 10 inches. So that's the box. And then the slider piece of it, again, depending on your box size. So I'm going to take this piece of paper, I'm going to turn it in this direction. I got my cheat sheet out here, and I'm going to score this one at 3 inches, 4 1/4 inches, 7 1/4 inches, and 8 1/2 inches. And this piece will make the slider, and we'll adjust it if we need to. So I'm done with the scoring tool. I'm going to put that away. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make some crisp fold lines on the box. So I'm just going to go back with my scoring tool. You can use a pencil, you can use a scissor, you can use anything. So I'm just folding these and giving a crisp score. Just like that. And again. And then I'm going to fold it here where these score marks are. I hope this isn't too hard to see. So there and there. And you can already see how the box is taking shape. So the next thing we need to do is hold the box together. So I already have this Crafty Power tape that I got from Hobby Lobby, and that's where I got the craft paper. And again, I'll go through the cost on that. And this paper, I've tried glue, I've tried a few different things, but gluing takes forever, it doesn't dry, whatever. So I ended up going with this tape. So I'm going to hold the tape, and right next to the scoring line, I'm going to put a piece here and another piece here. I'm going to skip the side of this score mark, and I'm going to come up here to the top, and this is going to be the lid. I'm going to score here and then just flip it around and repeat that. So here and here and the bottom. And this isn't an exact science. The next thing you want to do is just kind of varnish the edges here so that you get a good surface stick with the tape. The next thing we're going to do before we pull the tape off is I'm going to cut to make it into the folds to fold the box with. So if you can see that score line, I'm just going to cut this a line right here. So I'm going to follow the score mark up to here. And I'm going to do that in several spots. So here's another one, and another one, and up here, and same thing on this side. And again, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. These are handmade, so they can't expect military corners. Alright, so I've got everything cut here to make my little tabs for the box, and now I'm just going to go ahead and pull the tape edges off. Before I do that, we're going to make the little peekaboo spot on the top of the box. Again, you guys, we work so hard on our soap designs. I really wanted people to be able to see the soap design. So I have a tool, again, because I'm a crafter, I have a tool called a Big Kick, and it's a die cut machine, and you use it to impress dies and then cut them out. So for example, on this one, the die that I used was a smaller version of this. On this box, the box is a little bit taller. I'm going to use this shape. The possibilities are endless. I have a heart. If I was doing maybe wedding favors, I have a butterfly for springtime. If you were doing something for a little girl's party favor, a little ballerina. How about that one? A unicorn. I have unicorn soap I'm going to make, so you know I'm going to use this one for maybe a girl's party again, or something that's really florally scented. This cuts out this shape. That one might be a little harder to tell what it is. I don't know. And then leaves. If I just have something that maybe is an earthy type of scent, maybe just a leaf, and I have them in different sizes. And I also have a die that cuts out the word, this is backwards, but it says thanks. This one you don't really see a lot of the soap, but it might be cute to maybe use on the bottom. So again, the possibilities are endless on this. And I'm going to line this up here. Just going to slip this onto my Big Shot. I'm going to lay my die right there. Just kind of center it on the box. And for those of you that are interested in like how much time this would take, you could cut several of these at one time with this die cutting machine. It goes through several layers, but just for the sake of this video, we'll just do this one. And you just simply roll it through. Oops, sorry. Again, working in an odd angle. And then roll it back through. This particular die cut machine I got on clearance at Michael's for $25. They're usually a lot more expensive than that, but you can use a coupon and like a Hobby Lobby coupon for 40% off, and it would make it affordable if you wanted to do something like that. So there it is. That's the cutout. And like I said, you can cut several out at one time. And you guys, I love paper crafting. It's another one of my passions aside from soap, so it doesn't bother me to do this. I love this kind of thing. Alright, so now we can go ahead and take the pieces off here, and we'll start to assemble the box. Ugh. So I just realized that I cut it out on the wrong side. I cut it out on the base instead of the lid. So no big deal. I might edit this out, we'll see. Or you could just see my mistake. So the tape doesn't, I wanted it to be on this side, and I wasn't thinking, I was talking. So I'm just going to peel this tape off of here. We'll get rid of it. And just retape it. It's fine. No harm, no foul. So this side, this is my base, yes. So there we go. There we go. All better, all fixed. So taking the tape off, back to where we were, I just pull it off everywhere at one time. This for me is probably the most frustrating part of this, is pulling these tape tabs off, but whatever. So I'm going to start with the bottom first. I'm just going to bring this around and make a box corner, give it a good press, and repeat that on this side and there. This is your box base, so you're going to come down here, pull it in and press it, and same thing on this side. There's your box base and the lid. You'll just come up here to the top of it, meet your edges, press it, meet your edges, and press it. There you go. That's the box. Okay, so where's my soap at? Well, here it is. Again, this is measured for my soaps. There you go. You get to see all of you, just about your whole design. So that's the box base. And now we'll work on the slider. Slider is super easy. It's just a bunch of folds. So I'm going to follow my score lines and and fold and fold. 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 And now you're going to put it together. That's it. There's your slider. So if I wanted to, I could maybe cut this down a little bit, but there's no point. I don't need to make any more cuts than I need to. So I'm just going to use my tape again. And you can just put a tinier piece on the bottom. We're just going to take it apart. And the shorter end on the inside, the longer end on the outside. Line it up. Push it together. That's it. That's your slider. So, how do I get the twine? Oh, the other thing, I may end up, if I do this design consistently, I may cut this one a little bit shorter. I don't know. For the points of the video, I'm not going to do that. Anyway, so to attach the twine, and my label will go on the outside here. But do I have a... Yeah, I'll use this label. So my label might go, I don't know, let's say somewhere right in there. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is punch a hole here. You can just use a hole punch again. I have a crafting tool, so I'm going to use it. This is called a Crop-A-Dial. And I can link these things for you guys if you want me to do that. But I'm just going to kind of hold this together, and I'm going to use my Crop-A-Dial to make my hole. That might be a little low, but anyway, you get the idea. And then I'm going to take a piece of twine. I got this twine. It comes 2 of these and a green one. I got them at the dollar store. And what you do at this point is you put your twine through the holes. That's why you don't need a whole lot of tape on the slider, because it's going to go right through the back area where you taped closed. So it's also going to help close it. So I'm going to line this up on the top, even it out. And the next thing I'm going to do is put my soap box right on top of it, just like this. The first time you slide your soap in, you kind of got to wiggle it into the slider. You're just going to push it down, and now I'm going to tie it on the top into a little bow. I probably don't need this big of a bow, but I like big bows, and I'm not going to lie. Wait a minute. I like big bows. I cannot lie. Anybody? Alright. So there it is. And now the customer can pull this up, and they'll be able to see the soap. Like I said, I think I might end up cutting them a little bit shorter. Yeah, you can't really see as much from this angle from where I put it in here. So I might have to lower it a little bit. Again, another prototype, just kind of working it out. But that way they're able to see the soap, close it up, keep it nice and safe. You have your label on the back. That's it. Alright, so I'm going to figure out the cost roughly as close to the penny as I can get it. I'll be right back. Alright, I've got all of the pricing figured out, but I wanted to show you one more thing. I forgot to show you the little notch that I cut in the box top. So this little notch, just like a finger hold to get a hold of it, I use this hole punch. It's from EK Success, and you can get these at Walmart. I think Target has them in their craft section, Hobby Lobby, Michaels, I'm sure tons of places. But this particular punch is it's a 1-inch punch, and I just line it up with about the middle of the box top and press down, and it just cuts out this half moon shape. So I wanted to show you that. And what else did I want to show you? These are the labels that I use. I'm sure everybody uses Avery labels probably. I overpaid. These are something I was using on a craft project a long time ago. I'm sure I could get them online for much cheaper, but that's my nephew. Hold on a second. Alright, so anyway, it's a 2" by 2" label. So, oh, and I'm going to show you one more thing. This is another little box prototype that I've been working on where you can, it's the same concept. You can pull the soap out. This might be a little better maybe for the farmer's market. Like people were saying, the farmer's market folks tend to like everything more plain. So this is a little bit more plain. It won't take as long to make, but again, same concept. So that just slips in and out of there. And I'm working on the measurements on this one. And it looks a little messy, but anyway, there's that one. So, I figured out it's roughly 30 cents to make this. The one sheet of craft paper, 10 cents. About 10 inches of the tape, 10 cents. About 24 inches of jute or twine, a couple of pennies. The 2x2 label, about 7 cents. Ink, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It's been a long time since I bought an ink cartridge. And then your time. So it's roughly 30 cents to make one of those boxes. So it's not incredibly expensive. It's a very easy design, something I can make while I'm sitting on my couch watching TV. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and post this video. I would be interested to see what you guys think of it. Hopefully some of the folks from the Facebook group will pop over and take a look and leave some comments. I so much appreciate all of the input that everybody gave. Everybody was extremely kind with their comments, and I really appreciate that. I'm new to the soaping community, and I'm really trying to develop my brand. My shop is called Lake House Soapery. It's Joanna Lawrence's home. It's Joanna. Alright, sorry about that. My nephew really was trying to get a hold of me, so I had to go talk to him. Anyway, so I forget where I was, but the Facebook group, full of very kind people, and I appreciate everyone's input, suggestions, and comments. So there it is. That's the box, the tutorial, and the approximate cost to make it. So I hope you guys. Oh, I was telling you about my my shop. It's called Lake House Soapery. I live on Buckeye Lake in Ohio, and my soaps are all kind of, not all of them, but a lot of them are inspired by just different things around the lake. Like I just made a fisherman's soap over the weekend, and obviously on the lake you have fishermen, so I just did a really simple bar of soap for that, and I did a bar of soap called A Day at the Lake Place, which is in kind of honor of Papa Boo's, which is a local restaurant out here at the lake that we love, love, love. And so, yeah, just paying tribute to some fun different places around the lake in form of soap. So, yeah, again, it's called Lake House Soapery. So maybe you guys will go over to my website and check it out. I put together my own website. Try not to be too critical of me. I am a nurse, not an IT person, but me doing the work by myself and following a tutorial online fit my budget, which is basically, I don't really have a budget. So I did all the work on that myself. So, but anyway, it's a little WordPress channel or a WordPress site and a blog that I'm gonna start, and it's attached to an e-commerce site called Equid where I have my products listed. So maybe you guys will go check it out and leave some feedback on that. All right, well, I appreciate everyone, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.